another horrible job that a lady called me in for a consultation for. And I was overwhelmed before I even got into the shower, which is over there. I was overwhelmed with some of the screw-ups. There's a long backstory to the contractor and how this got screwed up, which I'm not going to go into the details because it's some drama that shouldn't be. There should never be any drama with a homeowner. They should be privy to some of the information of why things got screwed up. Because when you pay this kind of money, I think they had mentioned they had spent about 25 grand. Now they did have some other work done in the house. They had another bathroom next door, the hall bathroom done also, and I think some other type of stuff. But still, you know, even if this was, let's say, shave off 5 grand or shave off 10 grand, right? Still, you got $10,000–$15,000 that has kind of gone to waste. And you know, one of the reasons that I started on YouTube so many years ago, 11 years ago now, the main reason I ended up on YouTube 11 years ago is because of situations just like this. And I always implore people to do due diligence on their contractors, to find presence on the internet, because all contractors are going to have a presence whether they want to or not, because there's going to be complaints, there's going to be high fives, there's going to be something on there. The referral that was made to this homeowner is not enough. The referral is not enough. You cannot base an entire, you know, $10,000, $15,000 job off of one referral. That's just not going to work. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let's get into the meat of the matter, as it were. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on here. I really want my videos to be as succinct as possible because people have a very low attention span. But on many of these jobs, not only do I talk a lot, but because there's a lot to talk about, not only do I talk a lot, but there are so many things, their preponderance of the mistakes just overwhelm me sometimes, and I find myself getting into diatribes that I don't want to. This could have easily been a circular cut. You know, does it really matter at the end of the day with a cap and all that stuff on there? No, not necessarily. Same as the toilet. The toilet has a hexagon type of cut, and that should have been circular. Does it matter because the toilet's sitting on it? No. But there's some pride that goes into your work to try and conform around things, as opposed to, and then this sloppy thin set that's on there, and then, you know, days and days and days later with these leveling clips that weren't quite put on right. And the leveling clips didn't help this guy whatsoever, for a lot of different reasons, but he put them in the middle, which is wrong, although he put those on the end. It didn't help him. Do I have something? Yeah, almost everywhere, you know, there's some type of lippage thing going on. See, there's another clip in the middle. Almost everywhere. No, this one's not flat. Flat the way I want it. Here we go. We're going to get to this Schluter thing momentarily. Okay. So even though there are leveling clips involved, ooh, this one's really bad. He missed the boat on the leveling clips, and they're not even put up where they're supposed to be. There's a little tiny sliver cut that's going to go up the ceiling, apparently. Sometimes I have to give people, you know, a little bit of leeway, because I run into that too when all my tile is level and everything's supposed to be right, and then the ceiling isn't right, and I'll put my level on the ceiling and I'll realize it's a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, sometimes an inch off, you know, and it kind of blows my mind. So how could he have taken care of that? There's a lot of different ways, but look down here. Down here we have sliver cuts. And the sliver cuts conform to the floor because the floor isn't level. And I'm going to get to that momentarily. Sliver cut, sliver cut, sliver cut. And they're not even equally like sliver cuts. Why? Because they're trying to conform to something that's not conformable. The floor isn't level. Which is really, really easy when you're not doing a stagger pattern, right? This is a straight pattern, so it's a lot easier. But there's a buildup on the floor. There's backer board here, and then of course the thin set and the tile. But look at all that distance on the door that you have left over. So no harm, no foul with putting some level quick down here. and the level quick would have found its own level and would have only been maybe a 1/4 inch rise in excess of what that is. At the most, a 1/4 inch rise. And guess what that is? That's about 1/4 inch, or going around here, more or less. But yeah, that could have been mitigated if this had been mitigated. I don't know what happened here. Oh, full tile. Okay. Wow, what would I have done? I don't know what I would have done. What would you have done? Put it in the comment section down at the bottom. Because, yeah, I mean, full tile and full tile, yeah, you're going to end up with something down there. I don't know. That could be taken up by some crown molding, all the way around crown molding. So, yeah, there's a fix to that. Anyway, moving on. Let me grab my level. We're going to get to this shower here momentarily. I don't want this to go on and 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 on. That's off by about 1/4 inch. That's off by about another 1/4 inch. That's got a dip in there, obviously. The floor wasn't taken care of, is my whole point. So I don't want to talk too much more about the floor. The floor wasn't taken care of as far as getting it level, which is, you know, why when I'm standing here I feel like I'm leaning. It would fail marble test. Again, getting back to the toilet, kind of a half circular cut and then hexagon after that. And, you know, at the end of the day, small potatoes really doesn't matter as far as, you know, it's just aesthetic and nobody's going to see it anyway. He doesn't have a hole cutter, right? So I know he's not a tile guy. Getting back to the wall here, these are rectified tile. The reason I know, well, and so when I met with her, I already let her know they were rectified, and then I confirmed that with the box because the box says rectified. So there's a little 1/16 of an inch off here, and then a little 1/16 of an inch off here. Like, why is that happening? Because they're not set together. This one is perfectly flush. These two are perfectly flush. And we get down to here, perfectly flush. This is the way they all should have been set, but they're not. Let's start back over here again. 16th off, 16th off, 16th off, going that direction. 16th off, 16th off, going that direction. Same as up there. Same. This is 1/8 of an inch off here, and I can't see that. You know, another 1/8 of an inch off here. A full 1/8 of an inch down here, down here, down here. Everywhere you look, this tile's off, and there's no reason for that. Every single one of these tile and every single one of these boxes are completely perfect. So, because he did manage on some of these tile to get it close. He did. In fact, well, it's perfect down here, but he didn't over there. And what do we have here? This looks like a much bigger, this is 1/8 of an inch spacing, and then he jumped to 1/4 inch spacing, which I don't know why that happened. I don't know why he managed to mess up the spacing. Be that as it may, we get up to here and lippage. Why? Little tiny 3-inch cut, 4-inch cut with lippage. No reason for that. This tile's bottomed out. That tile's bottomed out. There should be at least about 1/8 of an inch room up there. And then, wow, lippage up here too. Watch this. Okay, this is how he set Schluter. By cutting it. Because he had proposed, I guess, to glue it in there, which is kind of weird. Like, I've never seen, there's no reason to cut Schluter like this. The whole purpose of those holes in the Schluter is to grab the thin set. Unless you're not putting thin set in, which he's not, then we got a problem. Look, all of this stuff comes out. But here's the issue. Even though he did put thin set in here, look over here. There's thin set gooped up this whole line going all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. He would never get a piece of Schluter inside of here, which is what they wanted and what they have. How's that going to happen? You would have to Dremel out all of that thin set in order to ever get a piece of Schluter in there. Ooh, look at that tile, off again. Anyway, this is all I needed to know. So when I'm standing with the homeowner and we're having a powwow and we're chit-chatting about everything that I just enumerated here, right? I didn't even look in the shower because this told me enough. This alone told me what I needed to know as far as what his skill ability was. So if he can't just do standard floor and wall tile, how is he now going to do a full shower? So we get into the shower. Apparently there was no pan liner used. I think she pushed back on that, but she pushed back too late. So what he proposed to do in lieu of not having a pan liner was to put some Curdy. And apparently before the pan was poured, he put Curdy. And I don't know for sure if he used, no he didn't. He didn't use it at the bottom. So all he did was put some Curdy on the face of the curb, which does absolutely no good whatsoever. That was his idea. This shower would have leaked day one. From the first time they used it, it would have leaked. Because there's no pan liner, you see. Without a pan liner, it's already failed. Regardless and despite all the stuff I'm going to go through with all of his mistakes now, none of that matters because it would have failed. Because there's no pan liner, okay? Because she pushed him to do some type of waterproofing is why the Curdy is here, right? And then he red guarded over the laps, or where they come together. Well, my bad, he didn't do that. Well, he did, but kind of half-assed. Half-assed. See, he don't even know how to set Curdy. He just slopped fence it on there. It's supposed to be troweled out. But, you know, again, it's around the perimeter, all the way around the curb, and that's all it is. So there's no pan liner. And look at the red guard. Holy moly. I've only seen red guard crack ever on a video that another tile guy put out because he put it on too thick. And this is the second time I've seen it crack. Well, the first time in real life. I've never seen this. In fact, I didn't even notice this until now. That's not how a red guard is supposed to be applied. And then of course the mortar bed is horribly done, and we're gonna get to that too. Anyway, just wanted to show that. I don't want to go into too much of the tile work because there's a lot to say about it. There's a whole lot more to say about the tile work than, well, strike that. There's a whole bunch more to say about the shower than there is the tile work. So anyway, I'm going to move on. This niche has a slight slope to it. Very slight, but I can see there's a slope. Yay! This one has a little better slope to it. Yay! But again, I don't think he set these. No, he didn't. He didn't set these in any thin set. So they're just on there, the snap-on, kind of like the same we saw in the window, which is wrong. Small potatoes, but this piece would have been first for me, and then that piece set on there, right? That's the way I would have done it. I also would have done a 45 cut on all four of these corners. But again, that's just me. Where there's lippage here bothers me only slightly, because where there's a cut piece is very sharp there. That corner's popped out. And over here too. All the cut pieces are going to have a little sharp edge. That one's offset. No biggie though, it'll slide right out and you can cut another one. Horrible cut done. Again, circular cut matters. There's no mud cap on there, so the mud cap would designate the furthest part that your finished wall could be and the least part your wall could be, and it usually has about an inch or so playroom with that mud cap to let you know where your wall finishes. We don't know that, and I could tell I could tell right now that he's going to be hard pressed to get those screws in there. And that one's completely almost hidden. He's going to be hard pressed to get those screws in there, but more to the point, we don't even know if all the discussion and all that stuff will fit because we don't have a mud cap to show us otherwise. That's not a good thing. Ooh, look at that. That's about a 3/8 gap. And then it just, I'm trying not to focus on the tile. So, back to the shower. This is going to be a tub. This tub takes up roughly about this last 2.5 feet, right? So the last 2.5 feet with the shower heads over there could be flat. You could argue the point, although I would put a slight slope on it regardless. Problem is, not only is that flat, but the entire shower is flat with a very minute, let me see if I can get this level. Okay, so we got about 1/4 inch per 3 foot. Here's the same measurement. Oop. That's level. There's their 1/4 inch per 3 foot of tile. There's no way water would shed off into the drain. It's just not going to happen. This shower should have been, even if there's a slight pitch here, which I would agree there should be, then this 1/4 inch per foot would be a minimal standard. Minimal standard for water to shed off the surface. With this larger format tile, I would probably go a little bit better than 1/4 inch per foot. So you got 5 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 feet between where the tub is down to the edge of the shower drain. The linear shower drain, which was dropped too low. Let us have a look. So, look at this piece of tile again. This drain was set wrong because these linear drains that are set with the inside tileable surface, right, would give you a little trough all the way around for water to shed into. With your tile and your drain, the edge of that drain right there where the trough starts, setting about there. So we're dropped down a good part of 3/8 of an inch, if not more, maybe 1/2 an inch. So this whole drain is set 1/2 an inch lower than it should be, embedded into some type of mortar. I don't know what kind of mortar, but it's dips and humps and it's a hodgepodge of just stupid. Like, I don't know. I sometimes I have no words. Sometimes I'm just like aghast. I'm beside myself. And I know for a fact, because I posted these videos going back 11 years, some people are like, oh, the homeowner did that and they were embarrassed. No, no, no. Not in this case. And not in most of the cases that I do videos. Most of the cases I do videos, believe it or not, or a contractor, right? They're either a contractor or they sub for a contractor. Either which way, they have no business building a shower, let alone buying tile or even touching it. This guy, sometimes I go on a job where it's messed up and I see the tile is all pristine, right? Like everything's perfect. The tile guy is a tile guy. But he gets into the shower and he bites off more than he can chew, right? So he can't build showers because he's never done a mortar bed. He's never set a drain. He's never done the plumbing part. He's never done all this stuff. And so he shouldn't have taken the job. And in this case, this guy not only said he could do tile, which he cannot do, but he's got no business doing a shower. He's got no business, to be fair, doing tile, but definitely shouldn't be doing a shower. There's a lot more things going on that I talked to the homeowner about that we don't even know if these actually work. She said that weren't tested. We don't even know if the drain is tied in the way that it should be, or even this drain. Ooh, there is the basement. Yeah, that's not tied in yet either. Which is good. That's actually good, because from downstairs, you can make something happen. that they didn't make it happen. Hopefully they did not make it happen here either. Anyway, I'm out. I just wanted to show, you know, as I like to do sometimes, like I'm the tile whisperer. People call me when things go bad and I don't want the phone call. The reason I posted 11 years ago is a heads up to people. You know, don't look for me after the fact. You know, look at what things could happen before the fact. You know, this took him, I think she said he started a month and a week or something, 5 or 6 weeks ago. 5 or 6 weeks. Every single day, you should be able to disseminate through YouTube University, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. I don't know where he started, but where he started at, it should have been stopped, you know? Should have been stopped. It's a horrible waste of money. Because most of this stuff cannot be mitigated. If she hired me to redo this pan, I would have to go one tile, just like I'm doing it from scratch, right? One tile all the way around, pull everything out down to the wood and start over again. You know, you're looking at thousands of dollars that's going to be wasted in time and energy and material when it doesn't have to be. You know, this is 85, 90% done and it's garbage. But yeah. Anyway, enough with my diatribe. I'm out of here. I hope somebody learned something. I really hope somebody learned something. That's the reason I post my videos. Hey, if you enjoyed that video and you learned something, consider being a Patreon member. $5, $10, $15 a month would help me greatly produce more videos. I make nothing from YouTube at all. If you're gonna call me for advice, please donate $50 for 30 minutes. My link to my PayPal and my Patreon account is down below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get immediate notifications as soon as I post videos. And thank you very much for your support.